If you like this video, please click on the like button. Comment with the names of the movies you would like us to cover next. Click the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get notified of our latest creations. We cover 100 movies from around the world every day. To advertise with our channel, reach out to us. Our contact information is on our channel page. Now, let's move to the plot of this movie.
At Norfolk Naval Base in the opening months of World War II, Lieutenant John W. Harkness, a newly commissioned officer, bids goodbye to wife Ellie and reports aboard the PC-1168, unaware that his civilian background in engineering and his Rutgers education has elected him, by means of a hole punched in an IBM card, to head a secret project and command the ship. The Navy has installed a steam engine and an experimental evaporator condenser in the ship to test its feasibility in patrol craft and has assigned Harkness to conduct the sea trials. Single quote. The crew of the submarine chaser assume that Harkness is regular Navy. Her chief bosun, S-mate, Chief Larrabee, and her chief machinist, S-mate, are the only experienced seamen aboard. PC-1168's crew are all newly inducted civilians, and her officers recently commissioned, 90-day wonders. The exec, Lieutenant J. G. Barron, is a good-natured idea man whose knowledge of seamanship is out of books. The engineering officer, Ens. Barbo, has no training, education, or experience in engineering, and the supply mess officer, Ens. Dorrance, is plagued by seasickness. Single quote. After badly damaging the bow of the ship their first time underway, Harkness and his officers butt heads with gruff Commander Reynolds, who oversees the project as the representative of Rear Admiral Tennant. The first trial results in the ship being towed into port, disparaged as the U.S.S. Teakettle by the rest of the base. Reynolds restricts the crew to the ship until they make the system work. And as the failures mount, the crew's morale plummets, threatening the entire project. Ellie, who is with the waves, gets information to her husband about Tennant's activities. Single quote. The officers hit upon a scheme to enter a crewman in the base boxing championship to unite the crew. They train an engine room sailor, Waskalewski, to represent the ship. The crew bets heavily on their shipmate, and to ensure that the Teakettle does not fail a sea trial scheduled for the day of the fight, smuggles distilled water aboard. Waskalewski breaks his ribs during the sea trial, forcing Barbo to stand in. But surprisingly he wins the championship. Single quote. The film climaxes with the official sea trial of the Teakettle, in which the crew improvises a successful run. Even so, the trial ends in humiliation for the crew when the ship rams an aircraft carrier. Again, at the Board of Inquiry that follows, Admiral Tennant reveals to Harkness that the selection of his crew was no fluke. The Navy already knew that experts could run the system. It needed to see if novice sailors, who made up the overwhelming percentage of the wartime Navy, could quickly learn to operate it. Single quote. As a reward for the trials and tribulations of the U.S.S. Teakettle, to the delight of Chief Larrabee and the relief of Captain Harkness, the experimental steam power plant is replaced with a marine diesel. The PC-1168 is then assigned to convoy escort duty in the North Atlantic. Single quote.